Young world, anyone who grew up in the 90s and more specifically in black neighborhoods remembers the arrival of the new wave of hardcore inner city dramas. Movies like Boyz N the Hood, Juice, and Menace to Society in 1991, 92, and 93 weren't the first quote-unquote gangster movies, but were definitely the first movies that brought us up close and personal and in-depth insight into the minds of inner-city youth struggling to find their way through poverty, peer pressure, drugs, an inferior economic system, and police brutality. Boyz N the Hood, released in 1991, was for many Americans and people around the world their introduction to the conditions that many Americans faced on a daily basis in inner-city neighborhoods. It can be summed up by a line that Ice Cube's character Doughboy said at the end of the movie, which was, "They either don't know, don't show, or don't care about what's going on in the hood." The character Doughboy as a child was played by an 11-year-old actor named Baha Jackson. Baha, aka Doughboy, completely embodied the type of kid who you were warned to stay away from as a child. One of the most powerful scenes in the movie was when Doughboy was shown being arrested for shoplifting as the police tucked the baby-faced knucklehead into a cop car to haul him off to juvenile detention. Doughboy emerged later in the movie as a full-grown neighborhood gangster whose life choices have carved out a path that led him to an early grave, which was a very vivid and raw depiction of the reality that many inner-city youth faced in cities across America. What we learn from Doughboy's character is that if you continue to make poor decisions, you will end up in prison and or death. After Boyz N the Hood, Baha Jackson was in a few movies, including a small role in Poetic Justice, but for the most part had been MIA from Hollywood and the big screen altogether. His first appearance since the early years came in a not-so-pleasant return in 2013 when he was arrested for reasons unknown. In one scene in Boyz N the Hood, Doughboy's mom uttered one of the most memorable and funny lines in the movie, which was, "All you ever do around here is eat, sleep, and You could say that was fulfilling future prophecy because that's exactly what Baha ended up doing with his life, well, the eating part, that is. Nowadays, Baha is an executive chef running his own restaurant in Atlanta, Georgia. The funny part is he calls himself Chef Dough, paying homage to his character Doughboy from Boyz N the Hood. And by the looks of it, the chef life is turning out very well for Baha Jackson.